Welcome everyone back to another episode of Q&A with Sharon's son George. I was my mother's caregiver after she was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Sadly, she passed on 1/1/2020, so we started Together for Sharon.com in her memory, but to also advocate today for a cure for all those battling PD and their families because no one is ever alone in this fight for a cure. Today's guest is somebody who I've followed for some time and really the best moral of today is how important exercise is to slow the progression of Parkinson's. I'm actually working on a little book about that, but there's no better person than an expert. And Traci, to me, is somebody who I think the world needs to know more about, even though she's already conquering half the country on her own. So just wanted to welcome you, Traci. And it's a really honor to have your friendship and all the work that you do to advocate throughout the country.
Thank you, George. It's nice to be here. It's nice to finally meet you.
I love Vert. We did 1,000 interviews, more written, and you were amazing enough to join us. But we shifted to the podcast just because I felt putting a face to the topic and really hearing more about the guests is just what the people order. So hopefully everyone listening enjoys this. And maybe we can start, Traci, if you could tell everyone a little bit about your background.
Sure. So, my name is Traci Aday, and I'm in Madison, Alabama. I am a licensed physical therapist assistant. I work at the Parkinson's Care Clinic in Madison. I also coach classes 2 days a week at Parkinson's Dynamics, which is based in Huntsville, Alabama. I have multiple certifications in Parkinson's based therapy and exercise, and I'm also recently advanced proficiency in neurology from the American Physical Therapy Association.
That's amazing. I don't want to have to ask you to say that 5 times fast. There's one more important aspect that I wanted to also bring out is your connection to Parkinson's. Maybe you can also share
Yes.
that, and we send our love always and support to you and the whole family.
Yes. My dad had Parkinson's. He was um, diagnosed with essential tremor initially, and then 4 years later was diagnosed with Parkinson's. He also passed away in 2020 on January 10th. So very close. And so he essentially had Parkinson's diagnosed for 8 years, but obviously had it a lot longer than that. And so that's a huge reason that I do what I do. I've learned so much since what we knew when he was diagnosed, which was not much. There's been so many strides in information and awareness with Parkinson's since that time. So I'm just trying to pass that on.
Well, I hope we could also dedicate today in his memory because I don't feel anyone should be forgotten if they lost their battle to Parkinson's. And I think that along with my mother, they will always live on through our advocacy and also everybody listening today. So again, we
I
send
agree. I
support.
agree.
Also, on a side note, we just started, which you already helped, and we'll get to in a minute, but an in memory section I'll try and share with you. Anyone listening who lost a loved one, we want to keep their memory alive forever. So I actually have my interview up there too, and we'll share that in a minute. I wanted to also see how have you been able to see a lot of the technology or through, the advances and your ability to reach people around the country, not just in Alabama because of virtual, or do you do a lot with the virtual element of advocacy?
I don't do a ton. We do a lot of stuff. We have a huge Parkinson's community here in Alabama, and it actually extends into Tennessee. We have people that come from Tennessee, from South Alabama, even from Mississippi to do classes here, for therapy here. And we're kind of a hub for Parkinson's. We're the largest county in the state with Parkinson's right now. We have over 1,000 people, or sorry, over 5,000 people with Parkinson's in our county. So we serve a huge community here that keeps me pretty busy.
I love that. And actually, I'm a professor at University of Mississippi for about 10 years, but thankfully everything is online. So I'm in Florida, but still, we're all family here. So that's amazing.
Mhm.
Well, now I'd like to show or at least share, and I'll be adding these links to the notes so everyone who wants to kind of learn and really jump in and do some of your own research, because I always say we're kind of giving you some information out there, but it really should research it yourselves too, everyone listening. But you might recognize this incredible young woman, and I wanted to thank you for the interview we did a while back. And if everybody goes to togetherforsharon.com, all you have to do is click interviews and you can see a lot more in depth with Traci about her background. also a lot about her father and some other ways, which I think is most important to reach her. But now I want to focus on something important, and that's Parkinson Dynamics. I'm going to scroll a little through the website, but please visit parkinsondynamic.org and support Tracy. Maybe you can talk us a little bit through, more about Parkinson Dynamic.
Sure. Yes. So we are a Parkinson specific exercise program. So we're based in Huntsville, Alabama. We were very lucky to be, I say given, we do pay rent, but the city renovated a huge armory for us. And so we have a large facility. We have 22 classes a week that are all Parkinson specific. We have a comprehensive voice program. We have rock steady boxing. We have power moves, urban polling, stick mobility. We have a choir. We have a stretch class. So we have a variety of classes 5 days a week. We have a very large population of clients that come. I actually had class today. I had a boxing class earlier. I had 32 in my class. So we have a large group. I'm there on Wednesdays and Fridays. So I coach 2 days a week and I have 5 classes that I do. It's a fantastic program and we're really proud of it. We're proud of the work that we're doing and the people that we're reaching. I think we've had over 100 referrals just this year. So we have a very big population of clients.
I always get excited that the numbers for you are growing and myself even when we're advocating, but then the other part of me is sad because that means the Parkinson's community is also growing, and that's one
Right. Right.
very
Well, I
good.
always say I hate that so many people need us, but I'm glad that we're here for them. So
I love that. It needs to be a T-shirt. You need to make Alabama. But I do also appreciate all the incredible different things you offer. We've had a lot of these individuals who represent, like Ryan Cotton from
yeah.
Rock City has been on the show, and also stands for PD. David Leventhal's been on the show, and also we teamed up with Urban Polling. So a lot of these individuals
Mhm.
are just incredible. And also, it's important to show everyone out there, if you're not aware, how dynamic, really. I think that's a great name that
Mhm.
are so many different areas. If you don't like, boxing, that doesn't mean you should just stop there. Try one of the other programs. So the fact that you're offering them is just beautiful.
Exactly. We were originally called Rock Steady Boxing Rocket City because Huntsville's the Rocket City. But as we've added so many more classes, we broadened our name to
Mhm.
kind of emphasize the fact that we do a lot of different things. Because yes, we have some people that can't box for whatever reason
Right.
or don't want to box. So fortunately, we have other classes that they can do. Power Moves is a huge class that we have. I've had as many as 45 in that class. So it's a huge class and it's non-contact, it's not boxing, it's just big movements, coordination and balance. So lots of different choices for people. And I encourage our clients to try different things. You don't know what you're going to like until you try it. So try the different classes, see what works for you. They all kind of work on different things. And so we've seen a lot of growth in that area too. Although obviously Rock Steady Boxing is great and we
Mhm.
love boxing. I coach 2 boxing classes a week. So big fans of
Right.
Rock Steady too.
I might need to come down there and take a few
You
classes.
should, you should come and visit. We love to have company.
Oddly enough, I think but I had surgery, so I'm in a boot now. But
Yes.
that'll never stop me from advocating for Parkinson's cure. But I also want everyone to encourage them. Please, if you're listening, share this. But go to Parkinson Dynamics and donate even $1. If everyone out there could donate something, the programs can grow and really support their community. Also, some other amazing things. I did my research, and you've done so much with many organizations. Parkinson's Wellness, and then also one that I, pretty well known with is the Parkinson's Association of Alabama. So just want to do a quick shout out to them. I know you've been at some of their events, and even though we're not representing them, I do want everyone to know that if we even reach one person out there listening, or please share this with your neighbors, your community, could be someone like you listening in Alabama, not aware of some of these great programs like the Parkinson Dynamics or other great organizations like Parkinson's Association of Alabama. And my only goal with our show is that, again, we don't want anything. We don't accept money. We just accept that no one's alone in this. And it just breaks my heart sometimes, thinking maybe I'm completely wrong, which would be great. But somebody could be sitting in Alabama and need help or need to know they have community they're just not aware. So if I could do that, and please again go to Facebook or their website, and you can just click like, it's free. Moving on to another really important organization, one that you're really active, is the Parkinson's Foundation. I'm on the committee here in South Florida for the walk, but I want to know if you could touch a little bit about your relationship with the Parkinson's Foundation, and also some of the movement breaks, because I know at ours, it would be fun if you joined us here, but I always try and do them too.
Yes, so I'm a Parkinson's Foundation ambassador. We actually do have a huge symposium coming up with them on January 31st here in Huntsville at our botanical gardens. And I think we've actually already, we're full. I think we can accommodate 300 people, and I'm pretty sure we have it. So the Parkinson's Foundation is amazing. Through my work in the clinic, like I said, I'm a physical therapist assistant as well. We always hand out Parkinson's Foundation guidelines for exercise. That's a wonderful resource for people. I know that a lot of people, unfortunately, do not have access to a Parkinson's specific gym in their area. I hate that, but not everybody does. So the Parkinson's Foundation is a wonderful resource. They have guidelines for exercise. That's a great jumping off point of what all you should be doing every week. They also have videos on YouTube that you can go to and do exercise, and they're taught by Parkinson's trained coaches. So that's a great resource for people if you don't have, classes that are Parkinson's specific in your area.
Thanks. And you can also, everyone listening, go to the educational section or events of the Parkinson's Foundation. And ironically, I was, doing research, but I didn't realize this is the one that's coming. So that's
Mhm.
perfect timing. So as much as we can promote your event and all they do is really great. And I'm hoping, we had rumors, which I don't want to talk much, but somebody pretty big up in the organization might be coming on the show, which is exciting. But
That would be
I love,
exciting.
I love the ambassadors, and I'm just a little committee guy, but I appreciate all everyone does at the organizations. And also, you had mentioned LSVT Global, also
Mhm.
another great program, who's coming
Mhm.
on the show, and just so many programs out there. But I admire you for bringing them all together and offering such great opportunities for those in your area. But again, I feel that what you do really can and does already reach the world, not just, Alabama. We're going to steal you too. I'm sorry, Alabama. We want you for all of us too, but I appreciate it. Now I want to shift to the next part of the show, which is just a little bit more about you. Can you list 3 words that describe who you are?
Um, hmm, um, I would say energetic.
Mhm.
And all of my boxers would say friendly or chatty. So I
Mhm.
definitely say that's true. And strong willed. Yeah, I'm very, once I make up my mind about something, pretty determined about it.
I appreciate it. And this one's an interesting one. What is one moment or most memorable moment that stands out through most of your work with advocacy so far that you can share?
Oh gosh. I would say probably a big moment was when we opened our new facility. That was kind of a culmination of a lot of work from a lot of people, and the ribbon cutting and having everyone there and the news media there, and we demoed all of our classes. So that was really exciting, and just really exciting that we could offer so much to so many people and so much more to so many people. There's still a lot of work to do. I mean, obviously, there's still people we haven't reached yet and that don't know about us, but that was really an exciting moment. And then, as well, in the Parkinson's Care Clinic, I see every week people that are making progress and that are getting better, that come in and they've had 5 falls in the past 6 months, and then when they leave therapy, they're doing so much better. And that's always rewarding to get to see our patients progress and get back to their quality of life.
I'm glad the local media helped. I always try to get on the media. We need more national attention. Obviously, last
Agree.
year,
Agree.
I think the end of last year seemed to finally bring a lot of national attention, but it
Mhm.
won't continue unless we all keep playing our part, as well as everyone listening. You're an expert in this area, and you mentioned a few, but what are some ways that individuals diagnosed can combat Parkinson's? I know we started talking about exercise, which is your specialty, but any specifics maybe they can try at home?
Um,
I'm
I
also a
think,
lawyer, so I don't want you to get, we're a limiting liability here, so anyone do not try this at home.
yeah, I think that the biggest thing that the most important thing that we tell anyone that's newly diagnosed, because we're really fortunate here, our neurologist, we have two movement disorder specialists, and they are very active as far as sending referrals for physical therapy and for exercise. And we're very lucky that they are so on board with our programs. The thing that I always tell people is you have to be your own advocate. You have to understand your journey with Parkinson's, and you have to be you have to take control of your situation. I think a lot of people, it's overwhelming when you're diagnosed. You kind of don't know where to start, and I always say you can't be a passive participant in your Parkinson's journey. You can't just sit and wait and hope that people are going to figure things out. You have to know, um, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and you have to get a good team around you. You need PT, OT, speech, social work, whoever you need. You need to build a team. You need to be an advocate for yourself. Talk to your doctors, get those referrals for programs that you hear about, try those programs. I always say, even if there's an exercise program that you think that's not for me, you don't know till you try it. So try them out, find something that fits. There's a lot of information about exercise for Parkinson's and what's the right kind of exercise. I'm kind of you just do what you enjoy and find something that you like that you're going to stick with and commit to that program. As I said earlier, the Parkinson's Foundation has a great list of guidelines, because I have a lot of people that I say, well, I walk a couple of times a week. That's great. That's a good start. But you need high intensity exercise. You need big movements. Urban polling is great because it's walking with the poles so that you get bigger steps with your walking, endurance with walking. So there's just a variety of programs. And if you don't have access to those in your community, you can always go online and find online communities and online videos. Again, I stress they need to be taught by Parkinson's trained professionals, but there's a lot out there. Sometimes you just have to do your own research.
I think what you just said might be one of the most valuable pieces of information because you kind of took me through again. And, when I was going through caregiving for my mother, I never even heard of some of the terms like occupational therapy, but she
Mhm.
ended up, unfortunately, we tried and exhausted every resource and it didn't really come in time, or who knows. I still don't know this day why it progressed so quickly. She had it for 15 years, but the last year, something I can't even, I had to write a book about because I couldn't really explain it. It was heartbreaking, but all the things that you mentioned of a team and things you really do need. And if, again, even with that, we actually hired a case manager. I never knew what that was. It didn't work, but at least it was out there. So it's
Mhm.
so important to contact Tracy, everyone, and learn about these things that can really change your life for the better. Even time management, just somebody to help you if you're a caregiver. I had to deal with medicine, doctors, health, groceries,
Mhm. It's a
everything.
lot.
Yeah.
And it's very overwhelming, especially when you're newly diagnosed. We see it all the time. I mean, we'll get people in the clinic for physical therapy that were literally diagnosed the week before, and they're just so overwhelmed with information. We have a Parkinson's care navigator here, her background social work, and she's amazing. And so she meets with all of our newly diagnosed patients and kind of talks them through the process of what referrals they may need and how to have access to that. And we're so fortunate to have her and have that dynamic here because I know a lot of people don't.
Well, this is not always an easy job. You're changing the world for the better, but dealing with individuals who are having struggles, and even you and your family and mine have had struggles. So this show is obviously about having guests, but I always like to take a moment to thank the people behind the scenes in your life. I was wondering if you could share who helps, you during times of struggle. And we want to send our love and support again to all those around you, because I think they help you be out there like my family does with me, be an incredible advocate.
Yes, I have. My mom is fantastic and a huge support. And then as well, my sister. And then I have two daughters who are
Mhm.
amazing and a husband. And then I have a great group of friends that are super supportive. Several of them volunteer at Parkinson's Dynamics, and they're wonderful. I mean, we just have such an amazing group there, volunteers that they work tirelessly for free and come in and are just uplift all of our clients. And the therapists that I work with, we have an amazing Parkinson's care team at the Parkinson's Care Clinic that are great. So I'm really lucky to be surrounded by a lot of fantastic people that are supportive of Parkinson's awareness, and a lot of them knew my dad. So yeah, I've got a great team here. I'm very lucky.
No, I appreciate you sharing that. And we again send our love and support to the whole community there for supporting you. This is another question. I kind of stopped, but I'm bringing it back because it's not easy. But if you could have one wish granted, what would it be in terms of, Parkinson's advocacy?
Um, I mean, I would wish for a cure,
That's
but
right.
that would
That's the
probably
number
be my
one
biggest one. Yeah. But yeah, I wish everyone had access to what we have here.
answer.
My dad didn't have that. I mean, he was, I'm from a small town in Tennessee. His neurologist was an hour and a half away.
Oh,
And when he was diagnosed, I mean, it was just, you have Parkinson's, here's some meds, and just go do what you can. And it's amazing what we know now. And all of the information that we have now and the education that we have now in Parkinson's, it's so much more. It's, every year we're learning new things. And so I would love for everyone to have access to all of the things that we have here because, like I said, we're very lucky to have what we have. Parkinson's isn't fun. No one wants to have it. But if you have to have it, I hope that you're in a place where you have the resources you need.
who is your hero and inspiration?
Oh, gosh.
I always get an oh gosh by one of the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard. I mean, definitely my dad inspires me in this for sure. I know that he would want me to keep advocating for people and getting information to people and helping as many people as I can. So, yeah, probably him.
Thank you. I love that one. And what drives and motivates you? Because again, this is not always easy. Obviously, a lot of it is volunteer, even if you have a job, because it's, I mean, all we do here is volunteer. Probably spend about 50, 60,000, and we're not going to get it back on purpose because it's all going to the Parkinson's community, hopefully for research and to advance towards a cure. But I was wondering, on the tough days or days you're running from a appointment to come meet me, what drives and motivates you to keep fighting?
I think, I mean, it's the people that I work with. I mean, you'll never find a more devoted group of people. All of our Parkinson's patients at the clinic, my clients at the gym, they just work so hard. I always tell people, you need to come in and see a class. You need to see these people in action, the way that they work and how hard they're fighting for themselves. I mean, it's so motivating. You can't have a bad day when you're with them. You just can't. They work so hard. They're so committed to their health and to doing everything that they can do. And they're just, I mean, they're the best. I always say we have the best people, and I
Mhm.
really feel like we do. They're just fantastic.
Well, we send a love and shout out to all of them too. As we wrap up, I just had a few more. If you were asked to write a script to a movie about your life story, what would you call it? And what actress would play your role?
Oh, okay. Well, I asked a similar question, and
All right.
Boxing, I asked, what theme song would you like for your life? So I'm going to go with that. Get ready, because here I come. That's
I
the
love
song I
it.
used. So I'd say that'd be my movie, because I'm kind of a lot coming at you, I think, sometimes. And then, oh, I don't know who I would have play me. That's good. I don't know. Hmm.
I like your question. I'm adding in, but I always say, everyone listening, feel free to send in any questions and things you might want to hear our guests talk about, and also any future guests you like to see on the show. Although we're booked till 2026 somehow.
Bless.
Yeah,
That's great, though. I mean, that's great.
I
The
plan
more
on having
awareness, the better.
I plan on having one a month. It's become 80, but it's because everyone inspires me. And I still believe the only, what's heartbreaking today is the journey I'm not aware of. And through you, been able to learn so much today. And just had one final, well, I don't say final because this must continue. Even after we close today, I need everyone out there listening to share this. Again, neither of us really want anything except to support you listening, and just to hope that others out there learn about the incredible things that ParkinsonDynamics.org and Traci are doing, and Parkinson Foundation, and so many more groups. But I do feel together, if we come together, we can reach so many more people. And that's why I'm honored to have you on today, and also always for the future. But if you could leave the Parkinson's community today with some words of encouragement, what would they be?
I would say, don't assume it's a death sentence. Don't assume that your life is going to be awful, because I see week after week people that are living their best life with Parkinson's, and that is possible. It's not magic. You've got to do the work. You've got to commit to exercise programs and your health and physical therapy, all of the therapies that you may need. You've got to be in charge of your health and in control of your health. But you can absolutely live a happy and productive life. I see it every week. So it is possible. It's just you've got to do some work to make that happen.
Well, I really appreciate it. And I have a little message for you, Traci, and everyone listening. We love you. We support you. We care a lot about you, and you're never alone. I, along with Traci and hopefully the whole state of Alabama, Mississippi, and everyone else out there, will advocate for you. And I feel together our voices are so much stronger. I always end the show with them just getting started because even though Traci and I are not just getting started, I do feel that on tougher days, whether I'm in a boot coming out of anesthesia, I do not cancel the show because there's somebody out there like probably you and I when we were caring for our loved one who felt alone. I know my mother never met anyone in 15 years with Parkinson's, which I'm kind of
Mm,
still shocked because the technology, we didn't even have, I didn't have the ability to do a show. I always
mhm.
wish I had a show of my mother, but not about Parkinson's, just about life, because now don't have that. And even the memories sometimes are hard to remember. For some reason, the tough times with Parkinson's I don't forget, but those, the many years before I do. And she was only 69. I'm not, how old was your father?
He was 72.
Yeah. So those are babies to me, too young. And
Yes.
I always joke a little and say, I hope they're both dancing together in the heaven and knowing that we're out there still making sure they're never forgotten. Again, today will be dedicated in your father's memory. And I do want to just share quickly with everyone, if you go again to Together for Sharon, this is for everyone out there who might have lost a loved one. I don't talk about it enough, but if you click, I believe it's under, yeah, our journey, and then you click in memory, the new section we just started a few months ago if it loads, and it's really dedicated to those who lost a loved one due to Parkinson's, and you'll see we've had some incredible journeys. You'll also see when I met Jana Reno, who had also Parkinson's, and you can even read my journey. But it's growing. And Muhammad Ali's daughter also gave an interview. But the one thing it's tough is finding those loved ones like ourselves because a lot of time, and I find it a little bit, obviously, I respect everyone, they have privacy and some move on, but I do want everyone who wants to keep their loved one's memory alive forever. I'll do my best to do that. Because just because we lost their battle and, we lost a loved one doesn't mean their voice still doesn't grow and live on forever. So, anyone interested, feel free to reach out. And they're all free. Everything with me is free, even though it's not easy all the time. So again, I want to thank Traci. I want to thank everyone for listening. This has been another episode of Q&A with Sharon and George. Please stay tuned. Please share this. We have so much more to come. And Traci and I will not stop, I hope and believe, until there's a cure at everybody's doorstep around the world. Thanks, everyone. Sending our love, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, Traci.
Thank you.